Happy Valentine's Day, everybody! So, you'll actually be seeing this Monday, but I'm recording on Sunday, so happy Valentine's Day! Let's see, this is episode 14. 14, yes. And this is Strong Girls Knits. I'm Ren. You can find me on Instagram as Girl with the Rabbit. It's also my Ravelry and Instagram. I'm Girl with the Rabbit, and then we do have a Ravelry group, which is Strong Girls Knits, and I do have an Etsy store, which is also Girl with the Rabbit. So, how is everybody? I hope you are having a wonderful day. I actually had to woke up bright and early this morning, and to get a dozen heart-shaped donuts for us. It was a surprise for the kiddos, so that was fun. But well, let's go ahead and talk about knitting. So I thought, I don't really drink on the show, but I thought this might be appropriate since this is my love candle, or love cup. Oof. I only paid like $4 for this. It was like a free, I forgot where I got this from, but it was free. I just had to pay shipping. It was a one-time offer, so I got a little love cup. Who made this? I have no idea who made it. I'm sorry, but I'm drinking some lovely fruity tea. It's a Lloyd raspberry tea. So, there we go. It's one of those nifty pyramid ones, or pyramid bags. Anyways, it's good, it's warm, that's what matters. It is snowing, it's been snowing on and off today, and I really hope they do something with the roads because I would like the kids to go to school tomorrow, so, because I don't have to work, but I would like to have a girls' day with my friend Jess. But even if it is a snow day, that's no big deal because I'll just sit and sew and knit all day while they just chill, so, at the house. Sorry, so let's do finished objects. I actually have kind of three, I guess. So here's the first two. I finished this quick slouchy cable hat for my best friend Kristen. I'm kind of debating putting a pom-pom at the end, but I don't know how that looks, but extra slouchy. I used up, I did additional repeat. This is a free pattern, so I can talk about this, but I did additional cable repeat. I'm sorry. There we go. So I did a additional cable repeat for it before I did the bind off, and it's really nice. It's very fluffy and cozy. She has extremely long hair, so this is perfect because she can put all her hair up in there. Whether she's wearing a bun or if it's down, she can get all of her hair in here, and it's very slouchy. This is an old, I think it's discontinued now. The yarn brand was Moda, M-O-D-A, space D-E-A. So, Madea, I guess. But it's really nice, and this is Extreme Deep Stash, and I'm very proud to have finished it. So, and she finally gets it back. So I'm very happy. And then I finished my February socks. Let me put them on sock blockers. So I actually really like these. I screwed up the ribbing a bit, but I just did not want to tear back to do additional ribbing. So that's on me. Oh well, the recipient will still love them. I know they will. So, but this is Felici Shamrock colorway by Knit Picks. Ooh, and I did, this is toe up, and I did a kind of, if you've seen on Instagram, it's like an arrow shooting, or just an arrow pattern. And see, the colors are actually showing up pretty nicely for this with the color change. Right about here, it's probably a little hard to tell because the two colors are very similar. I forgot Mina, and actually a lot of other people have kind of complained about the color when it's like, let's say greens, or they're not seeing a lot of, there's like usually two colors that there's not that big of a difference unless you hold them in the right light. So anyways, this is toe up. I did kind of an arrow pattern. This is actually, I will link this in the show notes, but it's like flying home pattern, or it's based off of, it's actually based off of another pattern. It's a free pattern as well, but they did a short row heel, and I really wanted to do a heel flap because I prefer heel flaps for socks. I think they're very sturdy. I'm definitely one of those people that like kicks off my shoes, so I put a lot of you know, pressure on my heels, you know, when I'm taking off shoes and putting shoes on. So, but yeah, I'm very happy. They turned out really nice, and they're pretty much, they're not, I cut the single ball in two, or in half, so they're just slightly off. It almost looks like they're opposites, but yeah, they're pretty. I like them. Yeah. And I finished my February socks 2 weeks in, so that was exciting. And like I said, let me show that again. The ribbing, I only got like five rows of ribbing, but they're very short. So I feel like it'll be just fine on them. You know, they can still wear them with shoes and whatnot, and it'll hold up just fine. So, ooh, so I finished those two, and then, so I know I said I was not going to start this until after winter camp, but I really needed like a mindless project for work Monday, and so I just went ahead and grabbed this and started it. I can't even pull it out now. A cozy memory blanket. So, I know some of these. So let's see if I can get this. These two right here. So this one, and then this guy right here is the same skein, but I really wanted to get all the colors, so I did two squares, and it's Diversity by, oh, I don't remember, but I know it's called Diversity. I think that's like the yarn, and then I'm not sure what the company is, but let's see this other one. So these, I knit a pair of socks for James. Sorry, this pair. This is Joanne Sensational. Sadly, they're discontinued, but I was lucky to get quite a few skeins of theirs, so I was excited. This right here is an opal. I'm not sure what it is. I've had it forever. This is a hand-dyed yarn. Again, not sure who it is. Random cotton. That's that Diversity again. And then this is a Red Heart, that their Soul brand. And then random yarn that I don't remember. So, yes. So it's actually really fun. It's extremely addicting. And I have stuffed full of other little mini skeins, and I need to actually sit and make up some mini skeins to send, because I'm doing, I have two people I'm going to swap with. I'm going to do 10 gram skeins, and we'll go from there. Because I'm really excited, because I know I'm going to get through these, and I'll be like, but I don't have any more. So, if you want to swap, send me a message, because I will happily swap. I'm doing 10 gram mini skeins, which is more than enough for me, and it seems to be perfect amount for other people. So, and that's living in my dinosaur bag. And I went ahead and put my little snips on there, so I can cut it whenever. So there's that. Oh, okay, well, I don't have much knit on this, but Martha, she did that, the sock-along, January sock-along. It was between her and Mina, and they both knit 35 pairs of socks each in the month of January, which is crazy. Girls, you are crazy. But I'm test knitting a pattern for her. She's a real simple shawl. And I will link her. I haven't actually watched her podcast yet. I need to, because I feel like I'd get along with her just fine. But so I just started it, just casted it on. and I'm using Checkered Flags fibers. So I've had this one for a while, so this is another deep stash. This is just a simple teal fingering weight, and I'm knitting this on a size 9, US 9, and it actually, the pattern calls for 440 yards, and this is only 400, so I'm probably going to use some of my other scrap yarn to do, I figured the border, because how I've looked over the pattern, I figured it would be perfect for a border to have something different if I run out of yarn in time. Really excited to test knit for her. She needs it. I know I can get it done fairly quickly, so I'm going to concentrate on that. But it looks really simple. It's very well, so far what I've read over, it's well written, so very excited to try it. Okay, so what is, oh, I started some boot toppers, and it is in, let's see, just some boot cuffs, and I'll show you the picture. It's got a nice cable, and let's see, I don't want to show the instructions because this is a book, but, oh, sorry, okay. I'm hoping you guys saw that. The book is so massive, but it's in Chunky Knits put together by Ashley Little, and I checked this out from my local library. This is a very nice book. It's all like bulky, super bulky weight, and they do have a nice section of like basic stitches and techniques, but the pictures are very pretty. Ooh, very pretty. Simple. All these patterns, I feel like I would knit almost all of these patterns. They're very nice. So definitely worth a book worth checking out. So I started it. I've done 2 repeats already, and this is knit flat and then you stitch it together. It's got a nice little cable detail, and then just a garter stitch that goes into the boot. Very nice. This is from my sister-in-law, Jennifer, and this is knit on Ella Rae's Mega. It's a discontinued yarn, but it is very nice. If you remember, I knit my Breaking Big by Oblivious Knits capelet. You can't see it, but and I need to make the buttons for that. I keep pushing it off, but anyways, with this book, I'm going to go more into actually do a book review here in a bit, but this is from my local library, but I went ahead and added it to my library on Ravelry, and so when I look at patterns that I have, it's already in there, and then I just have to go and check it out from the library. So, anyways, this book is really nice. It has home stuff, accessory stuff, and like I said, it's all chunky knits. I'm knitting this on a size 13. It's a really pretty throw, actually. Honeycomb. Anyways, it's very nice. Definitely check it out if your library has it, or you stop at the bookstore and want to see it. Great for all you chunky yarn lovers. So chunky. Sorry. Alrighty. And then my Sweetheart beanies, and I can't remember who made or who. It's Gretchen. I know the first name is Gretchen, but I'm almost done with the purple one. I finished all of the patterning. The body of the hat. Aren't those hearts adorable? I'm gonna have to do this on a pair of socks. Yes, because it's beautiful. But I'm right, I just got to the decrease section, so I'm probably going to switch it over to DPNs, and so I can work on the other 2 hats, because I finished the brim in my pink, and this is a size 5, and then the body is knit in a size 6. So, finish this, and then I'm going to switch this to DPNs, so that this needle can go here, and then this needle can be used to start the brim on the red. So, and these are, I'm knitting 3 of these, the 3 different colors, and then 1 for me, and then 1 for each of my 2 best friends, and they get to pick the colors they want. So the pattern is extremely lovely. It's free. Definitely check it out. Really easy, and I love how, whoops, it's very, like I said, very well written. And, oh, and it's living in my heart's pyramid bag. I need to make more pyramid bags. But, it's very nice, very simple. And I just love that heart detailing. I want to knit it on a bunch of things now, so yeah, very nice. Okay, and then I don't think I really got much. I really can't remember if I've even done much on this anyways, but I figured I'd show you. This is that, just another square for that cable blanket that I'm doing. Yeah, I don't think I really got much done, so yeah, sorry about that. I kind of hate knitting blankets. I mean, those little ones are fun, but I don't know, so time consuming. And then for my last work in progress, I just wanted to cast on everything. I started Socks on a Plane. Yes, Socks on a Plane. It's a free pattern. It's knit toe up. So I just got one toe done. I haven't even got to the second one yet. And I'm knitting this on Joann's Sensations. This is another colorway. I've actually knit, excuse me, I knit my mother a pair of socks out of these. And now I'm knitting, my best friend Jessica really loves pink, and it's, you know, mostly pink, and I'm knitting her a pair of socks. This will be her first hand knit pair of socks. And I can say that because she does not watch the show, but I did get her to start knitting, so maybe she'll start watching the show or something. Who knows? But, oh, and then I have one acquisition from my lovely friend, Jen from Yarntasia. I'll show her card real quick. I texted her and I was like, you know what, I need some fiber. And I gave her the theme Bad Romance. And she's like, okay, do you mean Valentine's or Lady Gaga? And I was like, I meant more Valentine's, but, you know, surprise me either way. Just give me something beautiful. And she was so proud of it. So she gave, I bought this, by the way, I did not, I bought this. So she gave me all this. It's about 2.5 ounces. It's silk, stellina, Polworth, and bamboo. There we go. Very nice. As for the little mini bats, woo! And I have one that I've actually unfurled. So give me a second. It's so pretty. Here we go. I'm excited. It's so sparkly and wonderful and amazing. It's amazing. I'm so excited. She actually, she texted me right after she finished watching the last episode about when I was talking about my electric spinner, and she gave me some very helpful hints on what I probably am doing wrong and what I need to do. So thank you very much. I haven't played with it yet. I've been in the knit everything mode, so yeah. Anyways, I'm looking at it right now. Sorry. Okay, so that is all the knitting and spinning, and I'm gonna go on to book reviews, knitting book reviews, if you want to watch that. And then after that, I'm gonna do the weekend review. So I checked out quite a few books from the library. I'm gonna only do a couple because I don't want you having to stay here for an extremely long episode, and that way I can have more material for next week. So, like I said, I mentioned this one, the Chunky Knits, which is very good. A bunch of, it's all bulky weight patterns, and I think, hold on, there we go. Yeah, they have a lampshade, which is cool. All kinds of stuff. A curtain. Yeah, it's kind of. They have, and these are all the patterns in the book, and most of them really don't even take that much. So, very lovely. Definitely check it out. like I said, I got this at my local library. And for all these books that I did like, I went ahead and added to my Ravelry library so that I can look up patterns and automatically, you know, be like, oh, you know, yes, it's in my stash, when in reality it's actually at the library, but then I can just go and check it out. So always support your local libraries. They do a lot that you probably don't realize. So this is another one, Vampire Knits. Vampire Knits by Guinevere Miller? Maybe? I don't know. This was kind of really popular towards the end of the Twilight series, and that's the whole reason she, in her introduction, she talks about that it's pretty much Twilight that inspired this book. And it's really cute. I mean, some things are kind of a little cheesy, but that's fine. Not the patterns per se, but just some of these little tidbits they have, or tidbites. So, there you go. But some of these patterns, that's actually, yes, this is the cover pattern. These patterns are beautiful. A lot of them I really do like. Some of them not so much, but for the majority of them, like this one, this Lore hoodie, is beautiful. I definitely want to knit it. Some things are, yeah, I think some things are silly. Like I said, oh, these socks are really pretty. It's supposed to be Blood Drops is the pattern, Bloody Socks. This pattern I really want to make. I think that would be fun. But I don't know, it's really cute. I like it. I definitely suggest, I think it's worth checking out, you know, getting it from your local library. Well, here's one that I didn't quite, I thought was kind of silly. This little corset. I don't know, personally it's not something I would wear, so maybe I shouldn't say it's silly, but I don't know, but it is very well put together, very well written. Pictures are extremely nice, and like I said, it has those little tidbites that are adorable, and actually some that, you know, some of them are very, like, things I didn't know, or movies that I would now want to check out. So it's got a little color work thing too. Bottle cozies. Oh, sorry. There we go, bottle cozies. But again, I think it's really cute. Some of them I wouldn't knit, but the majority of I would knit. So I definitely added this to my library, especially for this cover pattern. I really want to knit it now because I think it's like a bulky weight pattern, or yeah. Hold on. Let's see. It is a medium weight, knit on size 10.5. So it would probably knit up super quick. And it looks super pretty. I need to stop talking about it. But this one I actually did not look through. I thought I was getting something else. Yeah, I thought I was getting something else, but I picked it up and I was like, oh, well, never mind. It's no big deal. I'll talk about it anyways. So this is the Best of Jane Austen Knits. It's 27 patterns, edited by Amy Clark Moore. These are kind of like the best of the best from their, oh, excuse my nose, from their Jane Austen Knits magazines, which I own all of them. Only have one behind me, but I own all the recent copies, and then like the back issues I have in digital copies. They're all really awesome. Some of them, you know, some patterns are not something I would knit, but they're just pretty to look at, and maybe one day I would knit it for whatever reason. But anyway, so all the patterns in here I think are great. They did pick some all-star patterns. One of my favorite people, Kathleen Dames, she does sweaters. She does amazing sweaters. I knit a vest. Yeah, here's one of them. I actually want to knit this for James. This is Frederick. Oh, an Aran for Frederick. That's by Kathleen Dames. I knit her vest for James that does not fit him. At least last I checked, it still doesn't fit him because his chest has gotten huge. But she does extremely wonderful work. Everything looks like a piece of art. And James, James loves almost all of her patterns that she's done for guys and, you know, has asked for them. So, yeah, I didn't put this book in my library because I own all the magazines, so I have more patterns than the book has, so, of the Jane Austen. Let's see. So, I'll leave those for now. So here's two books that I did not add to my library and I thought were kind of dumb. So, the Twinkle's Big City Knits, and then Twinkle's Town and Country Knits. So, this reminded me a lot of Vogue. You know how Vogue has these patterns, they don't really, I don't know, they just don't seem very appropriate for life. Like, it's not something that I would knit and then, like, go to the grocery store and wear, you know, or whatever. Yeah, it's, and I don't like how it's written either, because it has, so here's, you know, it has like a little description and then like a full photo of it, and then so like the first few pages are like all the patterns, and then it goes into all the detailing, or the actual pattern, written pattern, but then it doesn't have like a photo really of the, with the knitting. I know I probably sound extremely, I don't know. I just didn't like how the book was. I looked through the patterns and I ended up just not giving, or not caring one bit for any of the patterns, because they all just seemed ridiculous. Not something I would wear, and that, like, it wouldn't look very good on anyone who's not a size 0. And, well, actually, I wanted to knit, oh, sorry about the glare, this, but then looking over it again, it has a cowl neck, or almost like a turtleneck, and I don't like things around my neck. I have to have kind of loose things around my neck. The only time you know, I'll wear shawls and it'll be wrapped up, but then I can easily pull that off. You know, it's not something that I can't get away from if it drives me crazy. So, I'm going to save the rest of these books for next week's, because I have 5 more books. Anyways, those last 2 did not like. The other 3 are very nice and definitely are in my library. So, that is all for knitting news. I still haven't come up with a knit along I want to do quite yet. I know Miss Lola definitely suggested a sweater knit along, which is on the table, but I just haven't felt inspired to knit a sweater yet, so I didn't want to start a knit along quite yet if I wouldn't even be participating in it. Let's see. Oh, Honey Cakes, this is the last call for your February to win the January sock drawing. If you don't get a hold of me before Sunday, I'm gonna go ahead and redraw for January. And then Lori, Miss Lori, Just Keep Knitting on Instagram. Please, please, please get a hold of me. I wanted to give you a little gift as well. But yeah, that's it. If anyone wants to do mini skein swaps, my plan is to do like 10-gram minis. Get a hold of me and I will be more than glad to do a swap with you. So that's all for knitting and whatnot. So if you don't want to stick around for the love story and weekend review, I will see you next week, and thank you so much for checking me out. So bye. Okay, so I promised you guys a love story. The beautiful, what is it, Lola told me her love story. That was cute. Her gentleman is older than her, and you know, they've had some problems because she looks extremely young, and with the age difference, you know, they've kind of gotten the evil eye, which James is 8.5 years older than me, so we've gotten the evil eye a couple times. Cheryl's, what she shared was very cute. Hers was very much a kind of fell in love right away and got married, and they've been happily married ever since. And she's told me some more stories in person as well. So, and then Andrea from the Cat Lady, which, by the way, Andrea, congratulations on being sore from kickboxing. Gotta love the pain. But she shared her story of her and her husband, and it's super cute. I loved it. It was pretty much, you know, got together for the first date, and then they just didn't want to leave each other. So, and now they're happily married with 2 kids, and just got back from Disneyland. Is that the one in Florida? The one in Florida. Disney in Florida. And it looks like you guys had a wonderful time, and super jealous. I would love to go. I really want to go to Harry Potter World, but anyways. So thank you, ladies, for sharing your love stories. If anyone else wants to share their love story, please, in these show notes or last week's show notes, please share with me. So I would love to hear it for my love story. So I'm not going to quite share everything, but James and I are, like I said, James is actually 8.5 years older than me, and we met in college. So we actually, my first year at USI, I think, was maybe his second or first year there, but we were both in the same physics class and didn't really talk because I hated physics. And at the time, he had his hair long, shoulder length hair, and he always looked so angry, so I never really talked to him. And then we had a summer class together after that, and we talked a little bit, but he still had his hair long, and I was like, you just look so angry. So I didn't really talk to him, but you know, I thought it was kind of cute. And come that fall semester, he had cut his hair, had shaved it, and it was like, wow, there's this handsome man hiding underneath that hair. And we ended up having almost all of our classes together because we were both chemistry majors. And I was pretty much like, I want you as my lab partner. And we just kept talking and hanging out, and yeah. But so the major love story behind us is, it would be what I consider what we celebrate as our anniversary, October the 22nd. He was working in the stock room as a lab student, and he had a 6 to 9 shift. I think it was, no, it wasn't Monday night because we had PChem Monday night. I believe it was Wednesday evening. And I'd started to hang out with him and everything, and so I was hanging out with him and whatnot, and you know, we kissed and we were walking out holding hands, he was walking me to my car, and it was October, like I said, October. If anyone lives around here, you know, Indiana or north, it gets pretty cold in October. It was so ridiculously warm. The moon was huge and beautiful, and there's this random guy playing a ukulele in the middle of the parking lot, but it sounded so beautiful, and we just looked at each other and we couldn't stop smiling. You know, we didn't want to let go of each other, and I don't know, it was, he told me, he's like, something just changed that night. We both walked out, and in the light of the October moon with this ukulele music, we looked at each other and we realized we were the most beautiful people in the world to each other. And from there, we decided we wanted to be together for, you know, for the rest of our lives, I guess, or however long. But yeah, we fell in love, and we've been happily together ever since. So this is our 4th Valentine's today, and couldn't be happier. He hasn't given me my gift yet. I gave him his gift this morning, and he's like, well, I'll wait to give it to you later, so we'll see what it is. But yeah, like I said, I love James very much, and we are both hopeless romantics, so it works out. As for the rest of the week, well, we actually just got snow like crazy today, and it snowed a bit. It snowed Friday, but I didn't take off work because it was kind of bad getting to work, but once I got to work, and by the time I left, it was just fine. They ended up canceling school, so James went ahead and took a half day off because not much is going on for him right now. because their latest experiment kind of has a halt to it. They actually, one of their drums of sodium hydroxide, yes, sodium hydroxide, NaOH, 50% solution, is frozen solid. And so they are pretty much trying to get that back to a liquid state. As for me, we are still in shutdown, but it looks like the start of March we should be back and running. The dryer that had a fire is actually, they're getting it fixed a lot quicker than they thought, and then we're actually getting new dryers in as well at the same time, and they're ahead of schedule as well. Everything seems to be ahead of schedule, which is amazing and great. So, and I should be getting my bonus on the 25th, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, pretty much at work I got quite a bit of knitting done. I started the blanket and finished socks, and I have been taking, I took this to work with me. I haven't read much of it, but I really like it. It's looking at fiber, mostly wool, from a scientific view, and it's amazing so far, and it has some really lovely patterns, so I'm definitely going to add that to my Ravelry library so I have access to those patterns. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Lifting's been going really well. We're planning on going to the Arnold in Columbus, Ohio. That'll be we'll be there March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and we'll leave the 5th, which is Saturday. We'll head home that evening. And I get to meet Rachel, my wonderful friend. She's a all-night knitter on Instagram. I don't know, I think we've been friends for almost two years now or so. I don't know, Rachel, you'll have to remind me if you watch this, but anyways, we're super excited. The only good time though that I can go and see her, because the Arnold, we'll be doing that, and that's like an all-day thing, will be the 3rd, that night that we get in. So she's trying to find, we're gonna go out to dinner and hang out, and yeah, I get to meet her for the first time in person. Not that we haven't talked or anything, but yeah, she's such a great friend. I love her to death, and she's just great. So but anyways, with lifting, we were watching the promotional videos for the Arnold, and they have all kinds of events. They have art at the Arnold, where it's these artists that come and show off their talents, and they have the models, which are the muscle people. They have jump rope competition, they have a dance competition, swimming, like anything you can imagine athletic they have there, and even some things that you wouldn't imagine, like the art. But they do have powerlifting, and it's one of the powerlifting events there is the federation that I compete in, that I like to compete in. So now I was talking to James, I was like, I want to go to the Arnold. I want to be good enough to go and compete at the Arnold. I don't care if I win, don't care, but I want to compete at the Arnold. So this week has definitely been I've kicked it into another gear, and I'm so excited because, it might take me a year or 2 years to get there, but I'm excited, and I have a feeling I'm going to go and see, because we're going to go watch the competition, and I have a feeling I'm going to go and see it in person, and it's just going to hit that drive so much more, because I really don't have that far to get to at least the qualifying weights to be invited. So it's definitely an invitation only. So I'm gonna have to step it up and be like, hey, here I am strong and proud. So yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to go, to meet Rachel, to do this, watch this event, and now I have a motivation, a new motivation to work even harder. So I'm excited. So I have to get down to 125 pounds for our competition in April. I'm at 129 even this morning, so I'm super excited. It shouldn't take me long at all to drop those 4 pounds, because even like a pound of it, I wouldn't have to worry about till the week before, and I could just do water weight, water load, and drop that pound real easy. So super excited. I feel strong. Everything feels super easy, and I cannot wait to compete again. I had my little setback, had my little roundabout break, so here we go, ready to get back at it. So for questions, I don't really have, yeah, you know, I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. Tell me what you guys did, if you did anything fun or romantic, or even if, just tell me if you guys just sat around and watched TV all day because you love each other and you know that's something you like to do. So, I don't know, just tell me what you did. I want to know. Yeah, anyways, you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!